everybody. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, happy Monday. All right, so I spoke about a few weeks ago about the compound effect of those minutes and those hours that add up to leading us to our greatest achievements and great success, right? So what I would like to talk about today is the compound effect of microaggressions, micro limitations, micro tantrums, micro ignorance. And what that looks like is a micro is a tiny, supposedly, a tiny event that is sort of going to sting a bit, you know, when it happens to you. It's not going to be a big event that's going to floor you and that's going to feel like a punch in the gut. A micro is more like something that's poking you a little bit, and it gets really annoying if it keeps happening. And there is the compound effect of, see, just doing my finger like that, I'm maybe annoying you. It is going to be the compound effect of really annoying things, or things that really don't feel good, but it's not so big that we want to make a case of it, or that we want to point it out, or that we think we are deserving of pointing it out. And what that's going to look like is maybe somebody is giving you the silence treatment, or somebody all of a sudden is no longer making eye contact with you. It can be a condescending comment once in a while that really is not necessary, but it's still happening. And that is the line that I wish for you to keep in mind. The micros are not necessary. It's not helpful. The only person it's helping is the person who's generating it. So somebody who is avoiding you, giving you the silence treatment, making a condescending comment, back-ended comment, is shoving you a little bit physically but not pushing you hard enough that you want to make a statement of it, they are the people that are indulging in it. They are the individuals that unfortunately have not raised to the level of confidence, maturity and self-love that they react doing those things. I used to be a very big practitioner of micros. I used to do it. That's why I'm so good at spotting them. That's why I'm so good at working with them. So I used to do it. I used to be very passive-aggressive. I used to avoid confrontation. I hated conflict, and I still don't like conflict that much, but I do see the point in it. So I worked really hard in being able to embrace them as much as possible, and I'm still fumbling through it from time to time. But there is a point about speaking up when it comes to something that really annoys us. Now, let's get realistic here. We are going to be the recipient of micros, especially if you are queer, woman, person of color, between now and the end of our lives. Let's just get clear on that. We are going to be working with individuals that are self-indulging in their privilege, and that is going to give them an upper hand on getting away with those micros. There is only so much we can do about that. What we can do about is recognizing them and having the consciousness, awareness, mindfulness to say to ourselves, this is their choice. It doesn't feel good, but I get it. It is their choice. It's not going to hurt me more than a little second. And that's their decision. I wish for you to empower yourself and tell yourself they have not reached the level of self-love and maturity to behave in a way that is connecting. Now, let's be also very clear on something. You don't have to hang out with people that behave that way, and you don't have to work with them. And if it becomes an issue, like if those micros become a little too much, yes, definitely bring it up to HR. Bring it up to your friend saying, you know what, that person you're hanging out with, that doesn't work for me, and this is why. And I'm able to recognize those because I know what I'm talking about, so I want you to be able to recognize them and know what you're talking about. Because if somebody comes to me and is like, well, how come this bothers you? I'm like, well, this is what was said, and then there is no eye contact, and then there is a silent treatment, and then I said this and that's the answer, and those are macros. And I invite you to educate yourself in this. When I say you, that's the person you're talking to. That could be your HR manager that maybe is not fluent in the macros. But as we go and we open those conversations to sexism, homophobia, racism, and what happens when we have those back-ended comments and those microaggressions and those micro-avoidance, because we talk about it more, we are more able to recognize them, we are more able to talk about it, and we are more able to empower ourselves to or do something about it or walk away from it. So that's what I want for you. When those happen, it's like, okay, I'm not hanging out with so-and-so, or I'm not going to that place, or I am going to find a different job, or collaborate with different people, or bring it up to HR if they are ready to do something about it. Yes, okay, if you need more information about macros, please let me know. I'm a queer woman, I've got a lot of experience receiving them, and I'm a recovering one, so from passive-aggressive, so I can talk about that too. I'm here for you, and until next week, reach for the greatest version of yourself. You can do it. Bye-bye.